Hello everyone, and welcome back to another part of Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. In the last episode, we started off the game and did the first two stages, and in this episode, we are going to be heading off to Canopy Chaos. And just for the record, as you can see, I went back after the first episode and got to the bonus, or extra ending to get to the unlock the next stage, Zipline Shrine. But we're going to take care of that at the end. But let's head on to Canopy Chaos now. Oh, well, one thing, you could press B to skip the intro cutscene of Donkey Kong and, like, his buddy or whatever flying in. I usually don't do that just because sometimes the loading screen actually takes longer than it actually takes for Donkey Kong to land in. It's just kind of weird to think about it. But, for this bonus challenge, you'll want to basically just jump back and forth between the vines to get all the, bananas. There we go. That's first puzzle piece secured. Oh, well, another thing I failed to mention, the number of puzzle pieces per stage actually varies. It's not like, not every stage has 9. So, for example, this stage has 7, and then some stages will have only 5. Which, needless to say, means that they're probably more of my favorites, in terms of collecting puzzle pieces. But now, we got the final member of the DK crew, Cranky Kong, and he is easily my favorite of the 3. Because, he's the one that, like I mentioned in the last episode, this was like one of the few games I've ever actually speedrun, and actually have fun doing it. And it's because of Cranky Kong, because, you see, he is impervious to the spikes. As long as you bounce down with his cane, you will not get hurt by spikes, and you can also do that to land on top of enemies. So basically, why I like Cranky Kong so much is that he really keeps the game going. Like, the game doesn't really stop, which is definitely a lot of fun. And you can get crazy fast if you get some good momentum with like the rolling and the and his pogo bounces. So if you want to collect all the bananas, you want to go on the top section. But, like, let me show you here, like, how much we can just kind of, like, keep on moving. So you see, I don't need to wait for the vines because I could just pogo bounce up on top of all of them without having to worry. It's just really great, in my opinion. And another thing is, even if you're not trying to bounce on spikes, you can still use it to get extra height on your jump, because as you probably saw, he jumps higher than Donkey Kong normally could on his own. And be careful when using his cane though, because if an enemy is armored on the top, normally Donkey Kong can't hurt them, but Cranky Kong's cane can. Hold down if you ever want to duck underneath something, which actually is important for some levels. There we go. Let's see here. Oh. You know, actually, is this the only level that these slugs are in? Because I can never remember any other stage that these slugs are in. But basically what you want to do is, you can either jump on them, or what I like to do is ground pound when they're below the platform, and that makes them fall down to their doom, basically. There we go. And there we go. Let me tell you. It's like I said, I'm gonna probably be saying this several times, so I'm sorry, but like, it's like once you really get in the rhythm of Donkey Kong, it's like all clockwork to you, but like a fun kind. Like, you just get brutal. Oh my gosh. You just go through and then, like, it's almost like surprising at how fast you can just finish a level, because then there are time trials, which I'm not showing off, because I just don't speedrun this game anymore. It's just not something I feel like doing. But you can do time trials, so basically, you know, beat the level as fast as you can. But yeah, okay, so that is puzzle piece number 6. Let's keep this motion going. And get the G. That's all the Kong letters. Take care of this bird. Swing across. Nothing right there. I already know it. And here we go. So you want to go past this gold barrel and come up here to get the final puzzle piece. But even more is you want to come up here for an Easter egg. So ground pound this. It's basically playing the theme from the original Donkey Kong game. Because in the original Donkey Kong, the intro screen had Cranky Kong playing his gramophone, basically. So it's a nice callback to the original. And I definitely recommend you listen to it on your own. But also, you can come in here, and this is the bonus ending. But like I said, I'm going to do that one off screen. You know, one thing I wish, though, is I wish you could change it in the main menu, having, like, classic DK tunes play, because it'd be cool. I mean, granted, the music in this game, oh my god. Okay, hold on, let me tell you this. The music in this game is absolutely amazing. Like, it is to die for amazing. This is one of my more favorite soundtracks in, like, all of video gaming. Like, I believe David Wise, who was the composer of the original trilogy, came back to do this game, I believe. And he does some amazing work. Like, in my opinion, DKC 2 levels of amazing. There's just great overworld themes, great boss themes. Oh, it's just so great. I just can't stop talking about it. But anyway, next is Trunk Twister. And this is going to be our first minecart level of the game. So, in the original game, or not the original, well, actually no, they were in the original. But I'm talking about when I say original, I'm usually probably talking about Donkey Kong Country Returns. But for Donkey Kong Country Returns, the minecart, you could only take. Oh, actually, here's another level of the slugs. Interesting. Anyway, and Donkey Kong Country Returns, there were also minecarts. But the thing was, the minecarts could only take one hit. That's it. If you got hit, you automatically died. But in this game, they gave them 2 hits, which I know some people say makes them a lot easier, which I guess is debatably true. But at the same time, I think it was very much for the better. And I like the stages a lot more than I did in the original. Like, I kind of dreaded the minecart and rocket barrel stages because you could only take 1 hit. But now I feel like they're much better in this incarnation, being able to take 2 hits. But now, if there was a stage where I'm probably not going to be getting all the puzzle pieces, it's probably going to be this one, because a lot of puzzle pieces rely on, like, last-minute decision-making. And even though I know where all the puzzle pieces are, and I've collected them all before, I don't remember exactly in the moment how to get everything. Oop. But I feel like this is a great first stage to bring back the minecarts in. Just seeing all these dynamic camera angles and the music in it, it's just great in my opinion. You know, I'm gonna be like annoying you all probably by saying how great it is, but it really is great. Drop here to get to the end. If you were to jump, you would miss it. But that is something that you kind of have to keep in mind for minecart stages, is that a lot of collectibles may be you only can get them because you need to drop down for something. Like, I believe coming up, actually, you need to drop down to get it. Yeah, right here. Drop down to get the puzzle piece, and you can jump to get the balloon. Oh yeah, this is a hard one. You have to jump on that crate to get that G. And here we go. Okay. There we go. And even though you have a partner on your back, they don't mean anything towards the cart's health. The cart will always have 2 hit points no matter what. But we're at the end of the stage, but come down here to get the last puzzle piece. We got all the puzzle pieces, all the Kong letters, so let us end it. There we go. there we go. That's another 2 stages. Oh man, like I said, once you get into the groove of things, it is absolutely exhilarating. But let's see here. Actually, we're making really good time, so I am going to fight the boss. Big Top Bomb. Let me tell you, the bosses in this game are amazing compared to Donkey Kong Country Returns. One thing I will say, you should really look it up. In the original Donkey Kong Country Returns, in the beginning, the boss has opening cutscenes, and basically you would have like the Tikis, which are the main antagonists of the game, hypnotize the bosses. You should listen to like their themes off screen because they're just really good. But let's head on into the first boss. Alright. This is the first boss of Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. I actually don't remember his name, but basically you want to jump on his back to do damage. So he's gonna, after you hit him, the bosses in this game have some pretty varied movesets. But basically, he can go into the water and he'll toss sea creatures up at you. Is one thing he could do. He'll slide down to try to hit you. And these 2 walruses on the side, they're basically blocking you from leaving the level, or leaving the area. There we go. For the sea urchins, you can't exactly bounce on them, but if you have Cranky Kong, you can bounce on the urchins and defeat them. Because like I said, he can hit spikes. But after you do 3 hits to the boss, he will go into his next phase. And they'll yell obscenities at you, I guess. Okay, now he's going to do that, like a roll, like that. And you can't hit him like that, you have to hit him when his back is exposed to you, like that. And so another attack he'll have is, he'll send his, I guess, penguins at you. But eventually, he's gonna come out and, like an idiot, get himself dizzy, trying to land on you. But one reason why I like Cranky Kong for this fight is because of how much easier it is to avoid his attacks. Alright, we're in the 3rd phase. Every boss has 3 phases to them. So now he's going to be sending his 3 penguin friends to attack you. And they're going to be moving in a circle around you. And now he's also going to be sending out these big fish, which take 3 hits to be defeated. So yeah, you see how I was able to defeat the urchin by using Cranky Kong's Poke Bounce. You couldn't do that if you had anyone else. You would just take damage instead. Okay, now he's going to try to dive bomb onto us. You can't jump on him at any point while he's doing this, but eventually he's going to do that and pose, and the next time he dive bombs, he's going to hit the ground too hard and confuse himself. And that's your opportunity to hit him. Alright, he's sending out his boys. Oh, another thing that's great about this game is how much detail went into it. Oh! Ah, man, I messed it up. Okay, so at the end of a boss, you get the chance to basically smack his lights out. It doesn't count for anything, it just, I guess, bragging rights, I guess you could say. And this is great beating him up. But yeah, that was the first boss of the game. And so, after you beat the main stages and the boss, you're automatically sent to the next island. But don't worry, you could just press back, and then go back to the previous levels, which is actually what I'm going to be doing. So in this episode, we took on another 2 stages and the boss, and in the next episode, we're going to be taking on the 2 bonus stages from the alternate exits. See you guys then.